Since the days of the Crazy Gang in Wimbledon 20 years ago has the FA Cup produced a season of such surprises. Those from downstairs have battled their way upstairs and gate-crashed the party in England this season. Barnsley and Cardiff City are the two sides who'll do battle today for the right to meet Portsmouth in the FA Cup final. Welcome to Wembley Stadium. Adrian Healy with Robbie Mustoe alongside Robbie. They say every underdog has its day. Well, both these sides have already claimed major scalps along the way this season.
Yeah, they have, particularly Barnsley, you have to say, with beating Liverpool and then Chelsea at home with unbelievable achievements. And certainly Cardiff beating Middlesbrough in the last round. They've both done very, very well to get here.
Two championship sides meeting for the right to play Portsmouth and the chance to become the first side from the lower flights to win an FA Cup since West Ham did it in 1980. And what an occasion for the two sets of fans here. 90,000 packed into the new Wembley Stadium. They've travelled from South Wales and from South Yorkshire. Barnsley, on paper, Robbie, are underdogs, but I don't know how much you actually buy into that.
Yeah, certainly if you look at the league table, I think there's 9 places between them in the Championship. Their current form is very poor in the league. So you'd have to say, really, that Cardiff are the favourites, but as you said, the semi-final at Wembley here with a magnificent atmosphere I'm sure there's going to be. Who knows what can happen.
Who will be the hero again today? It was Odijayi in the last round, wasn't it? The 25-year-old Nigerian wearing number 9, heading that unlikely winner against Chelsea. It would be Ferenczi, the Hungarian, who's up front alongside him today for Simon Davies Barnsley.
You also look out for Brian Howard, very good midfield player, also scored in the Cup this season. Talented left-footed player.
It's a memorable winner for him in the last minute in front of the Kop at Anfield to dump Liverpool out of the competition. How the mighty have fallen along the way. Barnsley struggling down near the foot of the Championship, taking care of Chelsea and Liverpool en route. It's a real concern that they could reach an FA Cup final and actually be relegated in the same season down to League One.
Yeah, that's right. They're I think they're in the bottom 3 right now. They've got a couple of games in hand because of this cup run, but it's got to be worrying for the coach, Simon Davey. Obviously, this is fantastic, and he'll put all his thoughts of the league to one side, but as soon as this game's over, he's got to consider his league position.
Well, Luke Steele was breathing a huge sigh of relief in goal for Barnsley. More on that a little bit later, because Dave Jones has named this side to play today. And there are places for the veterans. Trevor Sinclair at the age of 35. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, a year his senior.
Yeah, I think that actually those two might play up front together. The graphic shows Sinclair on the left-hand side there, but I think ripe old age of 35 won't be asked to do the midfield duties. I think he'll be allowed to play in and around Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Lots of old-timers here who've never seen anything like it. Both these clubs have FA Cup success in their history, but for both of them it was a long, long time ago. Cardiff City, in fact, the only side from outside of England who have won the FA Cup. And they did it in 1927, beating Arsenal in a famous final. And the Bluebirds, as they're known, well supported, as you might expect, as are the Tykes.
Yeah, maybe not two clubs that are particularly glamorous, but very, very passionate fans. Cardiff and Barnsley, they love their football. I've played in both stadiums, very hostile in particular at Cardiff. Going there is always very, very difficult, Ninian Park, but I'm sure they're going to enjoy this day out today.
Well, let's take you back now to the last round as we savour some of this atmosphere and have a look at Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Both these clubs were distinct underdogs heading into the quarter-finals. The thought was, well, Chelsea would have an easy passage through to the semi-final. Perhaps Middlesbrough likewise at the Riverside. And it didn't prove to be the case. Cardiff in the change strip today. Only wear all blue, the Bluebirds. They'll be in black with yellow trim. We're underway. FA Cup semi-final number 2 at this weekend. Portsmouth having already booked their spot in May's final back here at the new Wembley Stadium. Which championship side will be joining them? That's the question we will answer over the course of the next 90 minutes. Barnsley, losers of their last 3 in Championship play. Sunk to fourth bottom, just out of the bottom three on goal difference. Cardiff City in much better form at the moment, undefeated in their last 7 in all competitions. And they've only conceded 2 goals in that run. As Kevin McNaughton sends an early ball forward for Trevor Sinclair. And I think you're right, Robbie. He's going to have a more advanced role today.
Yes, he will, and it's a big game for him. Hasn't played too much, really, for Cardiff this season. But very vastly experienced, scored some wonderful goals. Had a great, great career. Maybe he could be the unlikely hero.
Blackpool, Southend, Liverpool and Chelsea. Barnsley's victims along the route. For Cardiff City, it was non-league Chasetown back in the 3rd round. Then Hereford, Wolves and Middlesbrough. So the opposition got progressively fiercer for Cardiff along the route. But they ousted your old boys, Robbie, in the last round and looked pretty impressive in doing that. I
thought they were very impressive, yeah. I saw that game and they played very, very well. Very good in midfield. Some real good technical players. In particular, Peter Whittingham has scored a wonderful goal. I mean, it hurts me to say it, but they fully deserve that win.
Well, there's a stoppage. Odijai, the Nigerian, the hero of the last round for Barnsley's down clutching his head. In fact, there's a Cardiff player down too. It's Luvens.
There's a nasty one there. Heads collide there.
Luvens, the Dutch centre-back. And 2 Dutch players playing today with Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank at Cardiff, and Dutch appearance in the opposition as well from Marciano van Homowitz, the Barnsley fullback. It's a cosmopolitan set of squads for 2 Championship sides as you look at Simon Davey.
Yeah, well, obviously we've seen the foreign players come into the Premiership over the last, 10, 15 years now. I suppose a part of me doesn't like to see too many through the lower divisions as well. I just worry sometimes for the young English players trying to make a career at it in England. It's becoming harder and harder. There's a global market, I suppose, for football now.
Well, Barnsley actually have the most cosmopolitan squad in the Championship with 10 imports. Brazilian, Nigerian, Hungarian amongst them. Long clearance downfield from Peter Enkelman. Stepping in there. There's Peter Whittingham too. Confirmation by our referee today, Alan Wiley.
It started very physical, Adrian, hasn't it? Very high tempo, big atmosphere in the stadium, as you'd expect. Both sides going from it, from the kickoff, really.
Chip delivery. And it's fallen the way of Barnsley. Picked off by Bobby Hassel. Chance for Jamal Campbell-Rice now to have a run. Hassel outside him. Rice, his first year with the club, the 24-year-old Jamaican. Scored a big goal for them in an earlier round against Southend. Header only half away. Shot from the edge of the area. The Cardiff defence repels Barnsley's advances. Now they attempt to move on themselves. Good ball for Ledley. Not a bad service either. Stephen Foster with the clearance, and he was a game-time decision, Robbie. Stephen Foster, the centre-back for Barnsley.
Yeah, there's reports that he had a bruised foot, a broken bone in his foot. I'm sure he's got some kind of injection in it to make sure he can play in this game. Huge game. No player wants to miss an occasion like this, that's for sure.
Cardiff at Wembley for the first time since that final in 1927. Barnsley Cup winners back in 1912, 9 days after the Titanic had sunk. Long-range efforts which didn't seriously test Luke Steele in goal from Roger Johnson.
He picks it up here on the halfway line. Comes forward, finds a little bit of space, and why not take a shot?
Scored a big goal against Borough in the last round. Roger Johnson. And there's one very relieved man, Luke Steele, in goal for Barnsley. Had West Brom won yesterday's semi-final, he wouldn't have been able to play in the final. He'd been cup-tied against the side who he was with earlier this season.
It's gone very well for him, hasn't it? The draw went in his favour as well. He was worried about missing the semi-final.
He's got more to worry about here. A free kick conceded by Van Homowitz, the Dutch fullback. A chance for Cardiff to set out their stall from the first meaningful set piece of the semi-final. Some of the heavy artillery making their way forward. Louvens and Johnson. Peter Whittingham will serve this in left-footed. Goes beyond the far post, successfully shielded away.
Just gets it in that danger area. It's a wonderful ball. Really expecting his forwards and defending players there attacking that. Should have been in there. It's a great ball.
Norton down the line, hit firmly by Kozluk. Capaldi. And the ball towards Joe Ledley. Tony Capaldi, the Northern Irish international. Did some purchase on that ball to deliver the huge throw. And flicked on it was too, towards Hasselbank, and the shot is there! And Cardiff strike first! It's Joe Ledley, the Welsh international, that's put the side from South Wales in front.
Well, they've certainly started very well, Cardiff. Wonderful finish here. Long ball comes in. The long throw. Not really cleared very well, but this is a wonderful strike. Joe Ledley is coming over his shoulder, manages to hook it back. Luke Steele with no chance with this one. What a great goal.
And delight written large on the face of Dave Jones. As Joe Ledley, the only Cardiff-born and bred player in the starting 11. He's given his side the early lead.
Well, he's justified his pick in the team. Didn't play in the previous round. Aaron Ramsey was on the left-hand side. I'm sure that Dave Jones now is so pleased with his selection.
What can Barnsley produce in response? Brian Howard drifting the free kick in. Here's Simon Davey, the Welsh manager of Barnsley. Grew up in Swansea. Andy Hassel. And Homowitz, who take away the throw that led to the goal. And Homowitz again, probing down the line. It's the cross in, and And Louvens and Gavin Ray were there. Ray decided to swing a boot at it.
Dennis Souza there coming forward for this set piece. Trying to hit back early, Barnsley.
Howard right into the danger zone. Was repelled by the mass ranks of the Cardiff defence. Good response this from Barnsley though. In it goes towards Odijai, who got the touch ahead of Enkelman. And Enkelman had defensive reinforcement behind him.
Yeah, he admits the error there. Should have stayed on his line. He was nowhere near that ball.
What an opening to this cup semi-final. Both sides going at it hammer and tongs.
Yeah, it's a great start, great atmosphere. Both sides really driving forward here. Enkelman in no man's land there, should have stayed on his line. We've seen how high he can jump, Odijai. They out-jumped Cudicini for the goal against Chelsea.
This is Campbell Rice. Going to delve into his box of tricks. There's the outside track. And Gavin Ray, who sticks to his task gamely.
Here's a little box of tricks. Jamal Campbell Rice, I know him very well. I played with him at Cheltenham Athletic. Never really got much of an opportunity there, but very skillful, quick.
Souza is there again, awaiting the corner with interest. Just flighted in perfectly, and the header was just wide. Souza it was who got on the end. That well-delivered corner.
Yeah, it was. It's going to be a threat, Souza, at set pieces. Just manages to get up highest here. Can't quite direct it, but it wasn't far away there.
Now the South Yorkshire contingent thinking they were back on level terms thanks to their big Brazilian. His first season with the club. Played most of his football in Holland and Belgium. Dennis Souza.
It's a good response though from Barnsley. They have to go on the goal behind.
Brian Howard, club's top scorer of the season, 14 in all competitions, but none bigger than the one he got at Anfield. And Cardiff find a productive route to goal again. The throw from Tony Capaldi. Again, the flick on. And it's there for the taking. This time, though, Barnsley clearing their lines. Odijai doing the foraging work. Marcel. The ball looking for Odijai. He tried to barge his way past Louvens.
Yeah, it looked like he pushed him in the back there. Odijai, very quick, very physical, centre forward.
Trevor Sinclair. Back to Joe Ledley.
I think if allowed to play, Cardiff are a better footballing side. Barnsley were trying to upset their football game.
This is Whittingham. And he goes towards Hasselbank, who just caught in possession at the edge of the area. Campbell Rice leading the breakout. Hassel down the middle for Odijai. And last man back was Louvens. Actually, it was Johnson. Barnsley press on, undaunted. Good service from Campbell Rice and the layoff for Howard. Desperate defending from Cardiff. Gavin Ray is the man to break up the possession there.
There's unlucky there. Good play from Campbell Rice on the left-hand side. Gets his cross in. Just took his time over that shot, Brian Howard.
Van Homowicz with the foul on Lewis. Can't have too many complaints, can he? This was the build-up to the goal, though, and what a strike it was, too.
It's just wonderful technique. Look at that, to get that on target. It's high. Fantastic strike. Puts his team in front.
Bedley's first goal in the competition this season. What a timely one. It's their second top scorer in the championship with 7. For Luke Steele, potentially. Towering header away and a chance to break at speed. Ferenci rather got the ball trapped under his feet. Hassel.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a real typical cup tie, isn't it? Maybe you wouldn't expect a game like that at Wembley Stadium. But it really is. It's end-to-end, very passionate, high energy from both sides. Cardiff would, I'm sure, prefer it to be a slower game. They certainly can build up better. But Barnsley are keeping it a high-tempo, fierce match.
Sinclair is allowed to keep possession. Look to link with Hasselbank. McNaughton. Whittingham has his work cut out. Two sides have met just the once this season in the championship. That was a 1-1 draw at Oakwell back in September. Hasselbank and Howard were the goal scorers on that occasion. Dave Jones, the Cardiff manager, was sent off. It's Cardiff enjoying the early lead and on the move again. Not for long. Hasselbank had his pocket picked. Hassel managed to move Barnsley in the right direction. It's gone in the direction of Campbell Rice. And fine dribbling skills from the Jamaican. Devaney does well to bring it down and deliver the cross. And Odijayi met it at the near post. Not with the venom he would have liked to produce.
No, that was great play from Barnsley. Even before this long ball, some great build-up play. Comes across, gets the ball into near post. Well attacked there. It's very difficult there. Odijayi is so far past the near post. To get a powerful shot on target was very difficult, but very good play from Barnsley.
Odijayi was an unlikely hero in the last round, the quarter-final against Chelsea. Given that he'd only scored once this season in 30-plus league games. The Nigerian they signed from Cheltenham Town over the summer. So much goes through Brian Howard, though, in this Barnsley side, Robbie.
Yeah, he's certainly the creative element to the side, particularly from that central midfield area. Certainly got an eye for goal as well. But I'm sure Simon Davey, the coach, will want him on the ball as much as possible in that midfield area. And also Campbell Rice on the left-hand side has done very well so far.
Kick served into the area looking for the flick on, which arrived, but McNaughton was there to steer it away from danger. Something back towards the towering figures. Howard bringing it down. Feeding Campbell Rice, who has work to do against McNaughton. And does enough to earn another corner.
It's a good spell of pressure from Barnsley. Ryan Howard's going to come over and take this corner again. Again, Dennis Souza will come up. Stephen Foster trying to attack this ball. Odijai is another big target in there.
And this time Enkelman able to claim unchallenged, and the throw that released Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Down he went. And the first booking goes to Rob Kozlik of Barnsley for this challenge.
Yeah, Hasselbank just nicks it past and commits himself to the tackle. Kozlik nowhere near the ball. Deserved yellow card.
The only member of the Barnsley squad who's previously reached a semi-final. He was with Sheffield United in 2003. He lost to Arsenal. Whittingham has retrieved the ball in a promising spot. Cardiff threatening here. Hasselbank on the turn, and it's spilled. Oh, Trevor Sinclair right on the doorstep, denied by Luke Steele, who atoned for spilling the shot from Hasselbank.
Yes, it was a mistake. A snapshot from Hasselbank. Good play here. Just pulled back to him. Should have. That's a bad mistake there from Luke Steele. Should have collected that one. Trevor Sinclair almost made him pay for it.
Odijai's flick on, seeking out Devaney. Don't forget our new website through ESPN, scorecenter.com. All the scores from around the world in one place. Just about midway through the first half. An advantage still with Cardiff City here, but Barnsley's response has been a positive one. Devaney teasing in the cross, and a powerful header from Ferenczi, but wide of the mark from the Hungarian.
That's good play again. This side, the right-hand side, Martin Devaney is also a clever wide player. In fact, that's Van Humwet crossing there for Ferenczi. Can't manage to get it on target.
Five goals in all competitions for Ferenczi this season. All of them have come at Oakwell. Barnsley's best work by far has been at home this season. They've won once on their travels, apart from that famous win at Anfield.
It's amazing what the motivation of a cup run and a showpiece game like this can do to a bunch of players that are obviously struggling right now in the Championship, but when they see them putting this effort in and playing this well, Barnsley, I'm sure their fans and manager must think, wow, well, why can't we see this more week in, week out?
Only ahead of Southampton on goal difference in terms of the relegation zone in the Championship. Cardiff City in 12th place, 10 points ahead of Barnsley. Mentioned their good recent form, though. 4 wins and 3 draws, including wins over Hull City and Bristol City, who are both up there in the top 3. And drew with West Bromwich Albion 0-0 just this past Tuesday. Fiercely competitive in midfield. For Sinclair. Now Hasselbank. Settling. Peter Whittingham looking for options. There really weren't any.
Yeah. Hasselbank was the only player in the box there. Poor cross in. Trevor Sinclair had gone across to the right-hand side, and really Cardiff have been on the back foot since the goal. Barnsley's play certainly pushed them back.
Sal. Ferenczi playing the hold-up role. And Devaney into the build-up. Van Homowitz. chance for Enkelman. That's the way to go for a corner. It's been a whole flurry of them for the Tykes. Curl it in, left-footed. Enkelman struggling to get there and prodded towards goal off the line. And finally safely into the hands of the goalkeeper. Ferenczi with his head in his hands.
Enkelman's looked dodgy, a few of these balls into the box. Both keepers, in fact, have looked nervous early in this game.
Off the line from Sinclair, wasn't it? Both these clubs have had their goalkeeping issues, Robbie. Peter Enkelman is the fourth different goalkeeper Cardiff have employed this season. Luke Steele only joining on loan from West Brom. In the January transfer window. Long-range effort which Enkelman was comfortable with. Howard not quite getting the accuracy he needed.
Good ball in here, receives the ball, just takes it away there, takes a shot there from maybe 25 yards with his left foot. Just drags it a little bit.
Was once with Chelsea, Brian Howard. Didn't quite make the grade there, went on to play for Swindon Town and Southampton. Familiar story at this level, Robbie. The players who either just dropped down from playing in the top flight or perhaps came through one of the youth academies.
Yeah, that's right. I think the Premiership now is so difficult to earn a place in one of those sides. As I said earlier, with all the foreign players as well, it's almost like you're competing against, you know, any other player in the world, really. It's very, very difficult. We do get some good players in this division. Players that aren't quite up to the standard of the Premiership, but certainly very good. I think Cardiff have got a few good young players in particular that could make the step up.
One of those players, Joe Ledley, he's the difference maker so far. Peter Whittingham, another of those young players who former England under-21 international, but just dropped out of the picture with Aston Villa. Some confirmation when Barnsley last won the cup, but they're doing a mighty fine job in trying to haul themselves back into this semi-final.
Well, they certainly are again. Jamal Campbell-Rice with a cross into the box. Odijaya just couldn't find his striking partner Ferenczi for that one.
Side from outside the top flight to reach a final. Relatively recently, 2004, they came a cropper. Cristiano Ronaldo and Manchester United, though, losing 3-0 in that final. No team since West Ham United has won from outside the top flight. That's Michael Parkinson, a famous British TV presenter, one of Barnsley's most distinguished fans. He's enjoying his day out.
Isn't it Dickie Bird as well? He's the other one, isn't he? He's always...
The umpire, yes, as Odijaya burst through. Well, just got away from him, didn't it?
Just a headed ball through there. Ferenczi just locks it on. Odijaya with his pace gets through, but just off his thigh there. Too big a touch, couldn't catch it up. There, that touch there takes it out of play.
Top scorer 2 years in a row in League One with Cheltenham Town. That was what earned him the move to Barnsley. Devaney. Comes from Johnson. And Leuven's back to Enkelman.
There's so little space in that midfield area. There's so hurly-burly in there. Challengers flying in, the ball bouncing around, changing hands.
And Cardiff chance to spring forward here, but Stephen Foster stepped in. Striving to keep it alive was McNaughton. Now McPhail.
A great tackle there. McNaughton wrapped his legs around Campbell Rice to win the ball.
Tony Capaldi on the near side. McPhail, the Cardiff captain. Used to play for Barnsley. 2 years with the Tykes.
Remember him as a real talented young player at Leeds United as well.
Irish international. It's McPhail driving on here.
Just couldn't beat that first man. Hasselbank was coming in there, steaming in towards the near post.
Capaldi tempted to utilise this weapon of a long throw again. Oh, decides to play it shorter instead. A chance perhaps to deliver the cross. Full enough for McPhail. And sharp run and touch there by Ledley. I think someone was on the same page.
Yeah, do you know, I think he was just trying to help it for himself, just trying to flick it through for himself there. I think you score a goal like he scored, I think the confidence will be flowing, he'll try anything.
Well, from the FA Cup to the Champions League we go. It's the quarter-final second legs coming up this week. Liverpool against Arsenal. We'll have for you from Anfield. Liverpool couldn't beat Barnsley, but can they beat Arsenal in Europe's Premier Club competition? This is Odijai, allowed to control and turn. And couldn't keep his footing. It's 100 mile an hour, Robbie. Neither side pausing for breath.
Yeah, it certainly is, and I think Cardiff are doing well just to hang on right now. It's a real strong spell of pressure from Barnsley. Have really played very well since the goal. Roger Johnson and Glenn Louvens have certainly got their job on, looking after Odijai and Ferenczi. Hasselbank maybe a little bit frustrated. Him and Trevor Sinclair haven't seen too much of the ball in the last 15 minutes.
Sinclair, decent nod down. It's Ledley who's picked up possession. Nottingham just forced to check back. Fail. There's 2 to contend with, and he's done well. Nottingham's service. Oh, it might reach Hasselbank here. Stephen Foster at full stretch could only nod it on towards Hasselbank. Capaldi. Again, Hasselbank backing in. Barnsley able to clear their lines, but it's fallen for Campbell Rice. Odijai. Howard with possession. Martin Devaney, the ex-Watford man. Down the line for Van Homowitz. Devaney continuing his run, but to no avail. Anticipation shown by McPhail to deal with the deflection. In the first half, Barnsley striving for an equaliser. Odijai had Howard arriving. It's broken for Devaney, and then the header beyond the far post was from Howard.
Well, they're standing strong at the back, Cardiff. They need to. And there's some real pressure now. Balls going in, long balls. Odijai here, tries to get the shot away, well blocked. Kevin McNaughton, I think, at the back post here, just putting off the forward, oncoming forward player there.
Both these sides have had their spells in the English top flights. At Barnsley, most recently, had that one season in 1997-98. Cardiff haven't been in the top flight since 1962. There's a lot of money that has been injected into the side from South Wales. The former Wimbledon chairman, Sam Hammam. They have their eyes set on a return to the English Premier League. It's not going to happen this year. Peeling away is Sinclair. Capaldi's cross, and Hasselbank is there. Couldn't win the header, though, against Kozluk. Sousa, rather, was...
That was great defending there. Hasselbank really attacking that ball very well. Sousa standing strong, jumping, heading it away. Very good.
And Howard is the danger man. He's picked up possession here. The touch back from Odijai, but he'd come from an offside position.
Brian Howard here driving through that midfield area, looking for a little 1-2, a little bit of link up. But yes, he's offside there, Odijai.
Cardiff defenders just moving forward as a unit, leaving him trapped. To Enkelman, another player with top-flight experience, former Aston Villa goalkeeper. So Finnish international. Simon Davey. Unlikely rise through the ranks when he only took over the Barnsley Youth Academy in August of 2006. 4 months later, he was first team manager. Campbell Rice. Some jet heel qualities shown by the Jamaican, and he's jinked his way inside a couple of tackles. Still has it. Falls for Hassel. Van Homowitz. Odijai out-jumped Johnson.
It's certainly been a feature of the play, though, from Barnsley. Van Homowitz has really advanced down this right-hand side. It's been a good option.
Barnsley continuing to pose some questions, though, for this Cardiff defence. Again, they're looking to Devaney on the right. Good looking cross. Odijai was thumping in to meet that one, but Louvens stood firm again.
Really turning up the heat now, Barnsley. Getting the ball into the box, into the danger areas. That's some wonderful crosses in. Quality's been very, very good from the wide players. Making Roger Johnson and Louvens at the back there for Cardiff work very hard.
And Homowitz. Hassel. Ferenczi helping it on. And Brian Howard whisking it across the face of goal. And the approach work has been exemplary, Robbie. Times the final incisive pass.
Yeah, well, this isn't a bad ball. He's not to be aware of who's coming in there. It's right into the danger area. And Barnsley really have done everything apart from the final finish. Play some nice football. And really, when you have a good spell like this, as a team, you feel you have to capitalise, you have to score.
And goes Sinclair. He's asking a lot of Joe Ledley. rip-roaring stuff in this second FA Cup semi-final of the weekend. Two sides from the lower echelons of the footballing pyramid going at it hammer and tongs.
I think Cardiff really, when they can, I know it's not easy, if they can just get the ball down, get it down, start passing it around, it's going to be better for them. At the moment, while it's kind of like fight balls all the time, or 50-50 balls, Barnsley, I think, being a goal behind, are going to have that extra enthusiasm to win the ball and get their attacks going again. Cardiff certainly have an advantage when they can get the ball down and play, but such as the speed and the tempo of the game, it's very, very difficult.
I wonder if they can keep this up for 90 minutes, Robbie.
Well, the answer to that is no. I don't think Barnsley can continue this speed and the tempo that they're playing at. That's why I say I think they need to score in this good period. I'm sure at some point this game's going to slow down, maybe towards the second half of the second half. But this pace really is intense.
Kevin Ray bringing down Ferenczi, the Hungarian, and Barnsley a set piece to work with. Placement of the ball, plenty of weapons forward. And it was McNaughton who came up with the header away, retrieved by Campbell Rice. The cross goes in, but the header ends up being a harmless one. And certainly folklore would have it, Robbie, that the Wembley pitch, certainly the old one, which you played on, was always an energy-sapping one, harder to play a full 90 minutes than perhaps pitches you were used to playing on. I don't know if you...
yeah, it's funny because I thought, well, come on, it's the same size field. I mean, it's nothing, too much different about it. It's on grass. But I don't know whether it's the nervousness that takes some energy away from you, but I certainly felt that. Particularly in the first time I played there, I played the whole game, and it really is energy sapping. I think the whole occasion, mentally, physically, is so demanding. Semi-final of the FA Cup. These players dream of playing games like this, and particularly the final. To walk out an FA Cup final really is every player, certainly every English player's dream.
Dig service towards Trevor Sinclair. And the system they have employed playing the semi-finals at Wembley. It's 2 trips for the price of 1 if you can win your semi-final. It's Cardiff who are in pole position, but it's Barnsley who are perhaps asking the more serious questions at the moment. Set piece has been handed to them here. Brian Howard and Hassel standing over it.
Well, it's always a good time to score, Adrian, right before half-time.
Hassel and Devaney. It looks like we'll potentially tee this up for Howard.
Just on that limit, I think, whether he's going to shoot or whether he's going to cross. It's a long way out.
Well, they're trying to do something a little different and didn't quite work out with the follow-up shot. More wide of the mark from Van Homowitz.
Well, we're not happy arguing about this. Obviously a rehearsed set piece. Gavin Ray's very alert to it, straight out closing the ball down. And Barnsley make a mess of this.
That's called doing your rehearsal in public.
I'm sure the coach is annoyed now because great opportunity there right before half-time to get a good ball in or a real shot at goal. Not going to mess that one up there.
And we've gone into stoppage time now. Barnsley will feel they've done enough to be back on level terms. Dave Jones seeing his side strike through Joe Ledley early on. And they've been second best in many departments to Simon Davies' outfits.
They have, particularly in the midfield area, but you have to say they've defended very well. They have defended well. Really only half chances for Barnsley. For all their good play, haven't really created a clear-cut opportunity to score. I think in particular Roger Johnson at the back for Cardiff has been very, very important.
Bank doing battle, but to no avail. It's their time for Barnsley to launch one last raid in the Cardiff penalty area. To get the ball forward in a hurry. They've done. Odijai nodding it down. And well, some serious defensive shielding to do from McNaughton. Appeals for a handball.
Well, I think it might have struck a hand here. McNaughton's going back. It does hit his arm, but it's accidental for me. He isn't deliberately tried to help the ball back with his hand.
McNaughton, the ex-Aberdeen player, he had 3 caps for Scotland. He's exemplified the solid qualities you were talking about at the back for Cardiff, and it's those qualities that have got them in at half-time in front. Joe Ledley pouncing early on, beautifully crafted goal, and Barnsley unable to summon up any sort of reply so far. We're at half-time in this FA Cup semi-final. Cardiff and Barnsley battling for the right to beat Portsmouth in this season's FA Cup final. Well, let's have a look back at how the first half unfolded. An electric start, particularly from Cardiff City, and Joe Ledley. How did he summon up that sort of finish?
Yeah, in particular as well early on in the game. Great eye for the ball there. Wonderful technique. Dipping into the corner. Still no chance.
But then the Barnsley response was a strong one. Dennis Souza climbing high, heading just the wrong side of the post.
He gets up well here. Can't just get it on the target there.
Cardiff threatened once more midway through the half, but shot that was spilled by Luke Steele, and Trevor Sinclair couldn't take advantage. More from Barnsley. Devaney teeing this one up. Brian Howard able to steer his header towards the target. Plenty of possession for Barnsley in that first half. Just couldn't translate it into genuine opportunities, Robbie.
No, I mean, those crosses there were great crosses in, but you've got to say very well defended by Cardiff.
And Barnsley had all 4 corners in that first half of play as well. So it's advantage to the side from South Wales in the battle to see who'll be meeting Portsmouth in this season's FA Cup final. The second half is just around the corner from Wembley. Welcome back to Wembley. Both FA Cup semi-finals being staged at the new home of English football this season. As we continue on our path down the second final at the new arena after Chelsea beat Manchester United last year, but no sign of the big 4 in the last 4 in this season's competition. It's really been one of the most surprising FA Cup seasons for really 20 years. You think back to the Crazy Gang and Wimbledon winning it against Liverpool in 1988. It's really been a competition dominated by the top 4 in the last 15 years, Robert.
Yeah, it certainly has, and I don't think it wasn't for the want of trying. Certainly Chelsea and Liverpool really went for this competition. It's still a huge competition in England. We talk about the Champions League being more important than the league and everything else, but certainly this competition is hugely important. And just one of those years with lots of upsets. I think it's good for the competition as well.
Well, certainly, it's the magic of the Cup. It's always been that way. The possibility that any side could go all the way. The possibility just doesn't exist in terms of league football, Robbie, particularly nowadays with money more and more important.
Yeah, that's right. I think it's the biggest competition. There's 700 and something teams that go into the FA Cup, right back to your pub teams, you know. I think that's the beauty of it. It comes down to a fantastic showpiece right at the end of the season. I'm not sure whether I'm in favour of these semi-finals being at Wembley. Almost feels like a final.
Certainly for both these sets of fans, guarantee of one day at Wembley was one we're eager to grab at, but I'm with you, Robbie. I think it devalues the final itself a little bit to play the semis at Wembley. The FA has quite a heavy investment to recoup.
I'm trying to say it's purely financial.
It used to be the case that semis were always played at the Villa Parks and the Old Traffords.
Yeah, whatever ground or big ground that was well located for both sets of supporters, and particularly I think Villa Park may have been the one for this one, or Old Trafford. But anyway, we're here now, and it's been a very, very entertaining first half. I'm sure the fans travelled down to London have enjoyed it so far.
Brooking is here. It was his header that won that cup final for West Ham, the last side from outside the top fleet like to win the cup. Remember that one, Robbie? 1980?
Vaguely. Ellen Devonshire was in that kind of era, wasn't it?
Trevor Brooking didn't score many headers, so when he did, they were
I think I remember
particularly
now,
memorable.
Yeah.
One of these sides will have the opportunity to upset the odds against Portsmouth, but it's a long way from their minds right now. Barnsley need to battle back into contention after the hammer blow, that early goal from Joe Ledley, and what a goal it was too. Underway now. In the second 45 minutes, Barnsley going from right to left. South Wales against South Yorkshire.
I think Simon Davey at half-time just told the boys to keep doing the same things, keep the pressure on, don't let Cardiff settle on the ball at any time, and the goal will come.
This is Whittingham. Already looking at menacing for Cardiff. Hassel, to his great credit, stuck with it. Ended up blocking the shot.
Yeah, he fancied the shot there, Peter Whittingham. And Joe Ledley was steaming up on the left-hand side, outside him. Wanted the ball.
Koslip's throw, nodded on by Ferenczi. Have dominated the recent meetings between these two sides, undefeated in the last 4 occasions that they've met. They haven't beaten them since November of 2002. And actually, it's their first meeting in the FA Cup since 1967. Cardiff won on that occasion as well. Dave Jones, a respected manager. In English games, been with Wolves and Southampton and Stockport. Liverpudlia. Looks like he's going to make the first switch, and it's going to be Ramsey who's brought into the fray. Aaron Ramsey became the club's youngest professional player in their history, beating a record set by the famous John Toshak earlier this season. He's going to replace McNaughton.
Yeah, he looks very disappointed. I know he had a hamstring problem before the game, or in the last couple of weeks, I think. He actually played in the last game, thought it was okay, but maybe this is a recurrence of the hamstring strain.
How big a blow is this for Cardiff, Robbie? You mentioned their defensive fortitude, and McNaughton was at the heart of that.
Yeah, he was, and certainly Aaron Ramsey is a midfield player, so they're going to have to change things around a little bit, I should imagine. I don't know. Let's just wait to see how they're going to do this.
Up goes Foster. Make the clearance. He'll slash at the ball from Van Hommelwitz, which he got away with. But not getting away with the foul in the centre of the park. That's Joe Ledley.
Just lashing at the ball there. Totally accidental.
Sparta Rotterdam player, Marciano van Homowitz. 23-year-old Dutch fullback. Who's certainly thoroughly involved. Barnsley's forays down the right-hand side in the first half. Bulldozing run through the centre. Gavin Ray. I wonder if it'll be one of Ray or McPhail who perhaps drops back, Robbie.
Yeah, that's what I'd have expected, but it doesn't look like it so far. You see Gavin Ray steaming into a midfield challenge there.
At the moment, Ramsey
Maybe he'll play it right back.
trying to keep tabs on Sousa as they set up for that free kick. Barnsley roared on, now attacking the end where most of their fans are congregated. Van Homowitz hurling in the throw towards Odijai. Hassel is there to keep it alive. Up for grabs, and getting away was Louvens. Ramsey getting involved for the first time. Whittingham missing his clearance, but Ramsey mopping up. His natural inclination is to head forward, isn't it, Aaron Ramsey? He's done that immediately. Whittingham checking in behind him.
Well, it's the same kind of tempo, isn't it? In the second half. Tackles flying in. Great intensity about this semi-final.
Barnsley's rambunctious approach just adding fuel to the fire. Let's try to get back on level terms. Forward comes Sousa again. He came close with the first half header. Kozluk delivering. Delaney picking out Hassel. And Homowitz was in a hurry to get it back into the box and rushed his cross. City bench. And a tumble from Sinclair. There's no meaningful contact. Sousa able to sweep it away. Whittingham settles here. Sinclair. Rise towards Ledley, who's got the better of Van Homowitz. And a fine cutback too! The header from Ray was ultimately comfortable for Luke Steele.
Good play there, Joe Ledley again, the left-hand side, getting the better of the Dutch fullback. Great cross. Just too near the keeper there from Gavin Ray.
Immediately, play switching to the other end with Devaney, who's rather isolated at the moment. He's up Van Homowitz. Campbell Rice.
Certainly looks like he's playing it right back. Aaron Ramsey. Whether that could be a weak point for Barnsley attacks, we'll see. He's certainly a talented midfield player. Asked to do a job back there for his team.
On from Sinclair. In the 2002 World Cup with England. Whittingham going for goal. He's their top scorer in the Cup this year with 3.
Yeah, he's got a great goal against Middlesbrough. It's just that attack before. Ledley doing fantastically well here. Good pull-back cross. Just needs to direct it into the corner there.
hugely experienced Scottish midfielder. He's playing with Dundee and Rangers. His first season with Cardiff. Well, Dave Jones has experienced a semi-final before, and it was one you were involved in, Robbie. Stockport against Middlesbrough. I'm sure you remember it well. League Cup, 1997.
Yeah, that was our first cup final of 3, in fact, in a couple of years. So it wasn't an easy game, that one either.
Liverpudlian-born manager of Cardiff City. He's within sight of his first ever final. Another goal could take him a huge step closer as Hasselbank launched an absolute rocket.
One thing he's got, Jimmy Floyd, is a wonderful strike, and he really got hold of that one.
Now a surging run through the centre channels. He's halted prematurely, and here comes Whittingham for Cardiff. Sinclair was the player open. The ball never reached him. Could spell this for Cardiff City. Cross was angled in behind the defenders, but no one rushing in.
There's a good cross. Just thought Trevor Sinclair should have been attacking that one. Just hanging out the back post there, waiting for it to come right to the back to him.
Trevor Sinclair's 19th season as a professional. His first with Cardiff City. And to tiptoe his way through the defence there is Devaney. Experienced professionals. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank has played in an FA Cup final before with Chelsea against Arsenal. Sinclair hasn't been there.
Yeah, Sinclair's had a wonderful career. Well, both players have had very good careers. Both scoring lots of goals, great goals. And fair play to them at 35 and 36. And Jimmy Floyd's 36. Still going strong. Obviously looks after themselves. And very good professionals to be playing at this age.
Dave Jones talking about Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's attitude during the week. Saying yes, he can be a pain to deal with sometimes, but his example is one for all young professionals to follow. Devaney working on Capaldi. And does well. Delivers to the near post. Enkelman needs a couple of bites at the cherry to haul it in.
He did well here, Devaney. I think he's struggling to get that cross in. One of those forwards. Odijai there's got to make a run across the near post. He might have had a tap in there. I think when you see the wide player struggling to get the ball in, it's not going to get to the back. Should have made a run to the front post.
Kevin Ray. Hasselbank. Johnson, inch-perfect ball, so too from Sinclair. Into that inside left channel.
There's good strong defending there, Barnsley at the back. Good play though, Cardiff, just starting to string a few passes together. Steadily going through.
Sell to Van Homowitz. The return pass from Devaney has space for Van Homowitz to exploit. Measures his cross on Odijai. He decided to tee it up for a fellow striker rather than take a header on goal there. And meanwhile, Cardiff have sprung forward on the counter-attack. Hasselbank And he's sandwiched out between the two central defenders.
Yeah, Dennis Souza does a great job there, just nodding it back to Luke Steele. Takes the pressure off. Now they're back on the attack, Barnsley.
Campbell Rice, the birthday boy. Here he is again, the Jamaican. Time linking with Ferenczi. And it's going to be another corner for Barnsley.
Oh, they're keeping it coming, Barnsley. Just when you think they're just tiring a little bit, they raise it up again. Get a head of steam going, get the fans into the game. Super atmosphere at Wembley.
They've had all the game's corners so far. Ryan Howard to test for Enkelman. He gets his palm to it, nodded back in, but Enkelman's there again. They had a forest of players to get up and above here.
Good ball right into the danger area. Plenty of bodies around the keeper. Bobby Hassel nods it back in. This time Enkelman collects it safely.
We'll try our new website for size, scorecentre.com. It's supposed to keep you up to date with all the scores from around the world of football. Hope you're enjoying this with us. The second semi-final of the weekend. And Simon Davey, the Welshman, in charge of the side from South Yorkshire, is on the wrong end of the scoreline at the moment. One of those managers who had his playing career rather truncated at the age of 27 with an injury, turned to coaching early, Robbie. He's made a great job of it so far.
No, he has, and it's that happens a lot if a player's unfortunately injured. Almost got so much more passion and want to get involved in the game. And then players have become coaches, been physiotherapists, just to stay involved.
And a man who grew up in Swansea, trying to plot the downfall of Cardiff City. Here come Barnsley again. Another aerial assault. And pick up the pieces was Devaney, but a little bit too much enthusiasm.
Yeah, it was that time. They'll make another substitution here.
And a second switch for Dave Jones. Trevor Sinclair. That's the player to come off. Stephen Thompson, another striker. And Scott in his second year with Cardiff City comes on. He's been used mainly off the bench, both in the league and in the cup this season. Steve Thompson, 4 goals in the league, 1 in the cup. Fowler, who started the season on fire with Cardiff City and picked up a hip injury.
Yeah, it must be frustrating for him. This is the last chunk of the season. I know he feels I've had a hip operation as well.
There's Hasselback. New strike partner for him now in Thompson, but his header away from goal. It provides Barnsley with a chance to push forward. Howard was tripped. He didn't like it. Right in front of the referee, Alan Wiley, and I believe this is going to be the second booking of the game.
Yeah, Peter Whittingham there, just tripping.
Whittingham joining Rob Kozluk in the book. Hassel to Howard. And recovering. Campbell Rice can't come up with the ball. It's a bulldozing run through the centre. fail. Whittingham. Hasselbank standing on the ball, but Ray has it back. His feet were almost too quick for his own good. Eventually, though, the possession breaks down before they can really penetrate that penalty area. And Barnsley can do the same at the other end. Campbell Rice. They had 6 players forward. The ball went behind all of them, and suddenly Cardiff can spring into action. It's 3 against 3. Thompson driving on. It took him away from the real danger area.
Campbell Rice there, just giving it away. The midfield ball there, everybody'd run in front of him. In all fairness, he didn't have too many options there. Let's hope to see Jamal Campbell Rice on the ball. A little bit more running at Aaron Ramsey, who's playing right back for Cardiff. Unusual position.
The goal scorer, Ledley, taking the corner. It's fallen for Hasselbank inside the area. Teeing up Ray. Ray just trying to loft in that delicate cross. Now at the time for the first Barnsley switch of the semi-final. Ferenczi, who makes way, and on comes Michael Coulson. Got the winner against Blackpool, way back in the 3rd round of the FA Cup in early January. Now they're away. Odijayi. Is this the moment for Barnsley? Odijayi scored. Oh, he's put it wide. He has put it wide. The net bulged for a moment. Half the crowd here thought Odijayi had scored, including me, I've got to say. But he put it the wrong side of the post.
Wow, it's a fantastic ball through there. Brian Howard, all the time in the world to slot it, and he can't do it. Great run, peels out, right through on top of Enkelman. Just pushes it round the post. Well, they might not get as good a chance of that again in this match. He knows he should have scored.
Could have been the hero again for Barnsley after his header knocked out Chelsea. They've been striving for just that sort of opportunity for the whole game, Robbie. Haven't been able to get round the back of the Cardiff defence, and then finally it happens.
Well, they say there's defining moments in all games. Could that be the most important one in this game?
Huge let-off for Cardiff, which they look to exploit now with Whittingham onto Hasselbank. Excellent challenge from Hassel.
Yeah, it was. Great tracking in there. Wonderful play from the midfield player, sniffing out the danger here. Goes with his runner here. Look, Hasselbank going in. Bobby Hassel, great interception. And typical of this game, Cardiff right back at Barnsley.
Now Whittingham to prime the pump from the corners. Hassel again. Not only won the header, but then was poleaxed for his troubles.
Yeah, just doing his job there in front of Hasselbank from that corner. Great ball through from Howard. Here we are again, the whole goal to aim anywhere, but not there.
Well, you have to shrug it off as a striker, don't you? Wait for that next chance to come along. Will there be one as Devaney makes way? So a couple of switches apiece now. This will bring our first Spanish contributor today, Diego Leon, to the fore. Player who actually came through the Real Madrid youth system. Signed in January from Grasshoppers of Zurich in Switzerland. Joining the League of Nations out there in the English FA Cup.
Well, surely he's feeling the passion of the FA Cup here. Certainly in the stands and on that field, he's going to notice it very quickly. It's been a great game.
Simon Davey must have thought his side had finally forged the equaliser.
Jai, only one goal in the league this season. Obviously the very important one against Chelsea, but because he hasn't been banging them in, week out for his club side.
Hassel hurling the ball in. It's fallen for Campbell Rice, but he can't carve open the shooting chance. Everyone back inside the Cardiff half except Luke Steele at the moment. Vijay winning the header. So too though Roger Johnson. And then Stephen Thompson was hauled down. A quick restart, and Cardiff are trying to catch Barnsley napping, and Alan Wiley not allowing them to do so.
I think he's just indicating there that the ball was moving. Hasselbank kicked it. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, 2 goes at it.
If he just struck it cleanly the first time, they might have let him get away with it. 20 minutes remaining in the semi-finals. Still, the side separated by Joe Ledley's early goal that was right out of the top drawer.
It's that quality that separates the sides, and Barnsley just need to find a little bit more quality. Certainly had the opportunity with Origi's chance.
Hasselbank, Whittingham digging in. Although squirming away to Diego Leon, who gets his first touch. Not a bad one either, finding Origi. And he can't connect with Coulson, and Cardiff have it back. Carefully laid off by Thompson to Hasselbank. Tension rising by the minute here. It's broken for Origi. Only back to Enkelman though from Tony Capaldi. Whittingham looking menacing. Oh, Peter Whittingham onto the roof of the net.
Well, he's getting closer, isn't he? And this is his 3rd shot from outside the box, just over the top there. Luke Steele nowhere near it, didn't even go for it. Very close.
Sides continuing to go at it hammer and tongs. The next goal, of course, so critical. Cardiff feeling they can put the issue beyond any doubt. Barnsley craving an equaliser to keep their hopes alive. Ball from Capaldi, and it's set up a chance for Cardiff. Gavin Ray bursting through and denied by Luke Steele.
Well, could have this been the chance to put it to bed. Gavin Ray coming through just a little bit heavier with that first touch. Credit to Luke Steele, made a great job of smothering that.
sides, but breaks back again for another service from the left. And some indecision at the back for Barnsley, but no harm done. For the first time, really, tempers flaring in this semi-final. Sousa and Johnson, neither of them giving an inch.
I think he's done well as well, the referee, Alan Wiley, very experienced referee. It's a very heated, passionate game. He's handled it, I think, very well.
Hasselbank. Nice touch from him, and he ran on into space too. There's Whittingham making a run. Hasselbank keeping it for himself. And that red curtain converged upon him.
I have to say that both teams have defended with their lives. They really have. Some big performances from the defenders on both sides.
Now an incisive run and... foot for a lot of the first half. Will be Cardiff City, but they've certainly directed a lot more traffic towards Barnsley's goal in the second period.
Yeah, they certainly have. It's been much more of an open game, an even game.
Now defending to do, and Enkelman with a safe pair of hands, and he sets his side on their way forward again.
I think this is going to be the pattern now, Adrian. End-to-end stuff, last 15 minutes. Cardiff just trying to get that second goal, decisive goal. Barnsley, I think this guy's been fantastic. Denis Sousa, Brazilian central defender. I think he started as a forward. He's had a big game for Barnsley at the back.
Quarter of an hour remaining in the FA Cup semi-final. Cardiff fans can almost taste it. A repeat trip down the M4 for them. Barnsley trying to take that away from them. With Rob Koslick lining up another huge throw. Sousa. Doing well at full stretch. Keep possession with Barnsley. Campbell Rice working like a terrier. And McPhail in front of the assistant referee. Unhappy there.
I think he just, as he's saying there to Alan Riley, I think he just knocked the ball out. Obviously slid in. Maybe he's got a little bit of Brian Howard as well, though.
The result a booking for Stephen McPhail. Still feeling a little hard done by, but he's going to recover his poise here because his side are under threat. Brian Howard with 6 to aim for inside the box. Including Sousa and Coulson. Out comes Enkelman. He's responded every time in real congestion. Campbell Rice just trying to softly serve it in, but overcooked it.
Yeah, that ball from the centre's got to go on an angle. So it's going to be a straight ball there. It's going to go through to Enkelman. The keeper did well there in the corner. Good fist away.
The challenges starting to fly thick and fast now. Campbell Rice is the latest to be penalised.
Yeah, just catch him a little bit here. Campbell Rice on Capaldi.
restart. Nodded on by Thompson. Luke Steele wasting no time about setting Barnsley on their way forward, but Adijai's header only retrieved by McPhail. Simon Davey, you can see him at the edge of his technical area, imploring his side forward. The noise is deafening at Wembley. Ledley upended by Van Homowitz. Got to be some tired minds and tired limbs out there, Robbie. Edging towards the final 10 minutes.
Yeah, crucial 10 minutes as well. As you said, players were getting tired.
Capaldi's cross. Up go the heads. It's nodded on towards Hasselbank. Sousa. Again, an absolute rock. The heart of the Barnsley defence. Foster's clearance. Right to the feet of Campbell Rice, who spins around and looks for an outlet. Here's Hasselbank. Whittingham. There's no time to settle on the ball, though, because Leon is there. Nipping it in and winning it back for Barnsley. Van Homowitz. Offside against Adijai. Will he get another opportunity, the Nigerian?
Well, certainly not as good as this one, I wouldn't think. Lots of time there to consider his options, what he's going to do with it. I think it's gone in, but it hasn't.
There were some mystified looks, and I must admit, I was amongst them. Saw the net bulge. It looked easier to score. It's always easy to say that, Robbie.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably so many things racing through his mind in that. I bet it's all slow motion as he went through there. Smash it, place it, chip it, go round the keeper. All these things he's got to try and compute in his mind and come up with the right answer. And you're never, never right in those situations unless you score.
Some trickery from the man who did score, Joe Ledley, on the far side. And Campbell Rice. In some defensive work too.
He's done well, hasn't he, Joe Ledley? Looks a real player, a real talent.
Frustration getting the better of Campbell Rice, who kicked the ball away and is booked. Absolute agony for both sets of supporters. You could see it. Clock just inching along for Cardiff supporters. They threaten once more, and blistering drive from Ray, just too high.
There it was again. That long throw-in's giving Barnsley some problems. Can't keep that one down. Well closed down there, Diego Leon.
Is just inching along for Cardiff fans. It's veritably speeding by for those of a Barnsley persuasion. They need to get the ball forward in a hurry. Kozluk trying to do just that, but just short of Michael Coulson.
I think really now, with the time remaining, they've just got to get it forward. Adijai is going to be the target. Anything up to him. Try and flick things on for runners.
Leon losing out to Gavin Ray. Hopeful punt downfield. For one Scott looking for another. Stephen Thompson. tearing in there to beat Capaldi to the ball. Now what can he do with it? Can't shake off Capaldi for now. Now he's brought space for a cross. Not a bad one either. Enkelman has to come and meet it.
Yeah, it's a great bit of play there. Campbell Rice on the right-hand side. Wonderful skills. Found his space, delivered a great ball in with his left foot.
Long probing pass, Brian Howard. Let's not forget his late heroics at Anfield. Barnsley needs something similar here, just to stay alive in the FA Cup. It's set up for Diego Leon. Declined the initial chance to shoot, but now it's headed down towards Howard. Jai, maybe suffering a little bit of cramp. He's still down. The Cardiff penalty area. He's just limping back now. It's fallen for Leon. Howard wants it. Roger Johnson hoofing it away. And Howard had left a foot in. Throw at the dice for Simon Davey. It's young Butterfield is going to come on. Jacob Butterfield replacing Kozluk. What a moment for him. Only 17.
Yes, they're probably just going to go with the three at the back now. Desperate for this equalising goal. Trying to force the game to extra time. Butterfield, a midfield player.
Inside the final 5 minutes. Here come Barnsley again. But the ball is given away. What could be a fatal position. Fine tackle from Van Hommelhout, who simply stood his ground. Silky skills from McPhail. Play on. Didn't work out to Cardiff's advantage.
It's a good advantage played by the referee, though. Players flying into every single challenge. This intensity has kept up right through to the end.
Howard, oh, it's broken for Leon, who didn't hesitate to volley. Campbell Rice didn't hear the thundering footsteps of Joe Ledley. And now it's Hasselback playing hold-up. He left a foot in there, Jimmy Floyd Hasselback. And Wiley saw it. Barnsley trying to take it quickly. Well, might break here for Coulson. He's underneath it. Michael Coulson, but the bounce took it away from him. The substitution picture. It's Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank who's going to be removed here. Both the starting strikers have gone for Cardiff. Ricardo Skimica is his replacement.
Skimica just come on now just to try and shore things up for his team. See through this last, I'm sure, hectic period.
Inside the final 2 minutes. The noise is absolutely deafening. Cardiff fans starting to believe, daring to believe that they'll be making a return trip down the M4 motorway from South Wales next month.
Yeah, that's amazing, amazing atmosphere. Think about their team in the FA Cup final. Fantastic.
Haven't been there since 1927. And famously beat Arsenal, become the only side outside of England ever to win the FA Cup. That was the first final ever broadcast nationwide on radio. And here they are, just minutes away, seconds away from the worldwide attention that goes with an FA Cup final appearance. For Barnsley, it's looking like a case of so near and yet so far.
Yeah, maybe just that difference in quality. I think Cardiff have just edged it, really. Barnsley certainly have huffed and puffed fantastically well since the first goal, but you consider that goal that was scored for Cardiff and the opportunity IDJ had, and that's the difference right there. A wonderful finish and a bad miss.
Not what Barnsley needed, a long hopeful punt forward. No one running onto it. Now all eyes on the fourth official. Will indicate how much stoppage time. How much time Barnsley have to keep their dreams alive. This is Ledley. Will he head just for the corner flag? He will.
Well, is that man in your picture there going to be the hero from this semi-final? Barnsley running out of time.
Cardiff doing a great job preventing Barnsley even getting the ball forward. Now they'll have a chance to do so. It's the man they want on the ball, perhaps, Brian Howard. Looking long towards Hassel. Once again, Roger Johnson heading away. Johnson and Louvens, we've already spoken about them, Robbie, have been monumental for Cardiff today.
Yeah, they certainly have. I think McPhail as well. Gavin Ray in the midfield for Cardiff have been superb.
Oh, the bitter pill of defeat for Barnsley, for Michael Parkinson and Simon Davey. There's almost too much to contemplate in the semi-final. No one ever remembers semi-final losers.
It's certainly heartbreaking to lose semi-final. Miss out on the glamour of the cup final. The free kick away there. Dying minutes and seconds now.
You imagine Cardiff will probably take as much time over this as possible. Stephen McPhail directing Whittingham into the corner. It's Leon who's done the foraging. Forward it goes, Odijai. Will he be the man remembered for a famous miss here? Cardiff fans imploring Alan Wiley to bring it to a close. Barnsley have the ball back in midfield. Down the line it goes for Hassel. Here's the cross. Once again.
Yeah, fantastic defending.
And away goes Thompson. Thompson has the beating of Van Homowitz. Has support here. And declines to use it. Dave Jones is so close. flicked on. And to no avail. Simon Davey, the architect of the downfall of Liverpool and Chelsea in this competition. And it looks as though he's going to fall just one step short.
Yeah, he's given us some fantastic memories of this FA Cup. They've contributed to a wonderful cup final, but it's not to be for Barnsley.
It is Cardiff City who will play Portsmouth in May, back here at Wembley Stadium. Joe Ledley, the Welsh international, sending all of Wales into raptures with this strike after just 9 minutes, and it was the one that proved to be decisive. Cardiff City will be the representative from the Championship and will look to upset Portsmouth in the biggest game of all, Robbie.
Yeah, they will. They'll be underdogs, but I think they've got some talented players. Defended very, very well. Just the one opportunity given up. Hasselbank here be delighted at his age to get back into an FA Cup final. Got a feel for this guy here, though, as well. Brian Howard and Barnsley got a great run.
Well, ironically, with the Welsh side making the final, it ensures that an English manager will win the Cup for the first time since Joe Royle did it in 1995 with Everton. It'll be Dave Jones against Harry Redknapp.
What a stat. Wow. Yeah, at the time when there's a lot of, obviously, focus on foreign coaches. I feel for that guy right there. Just failed to convert that chance. He's going to feel awful now, I'm sure, for a while. Feel sorry for him. His team played very, very well. Just couldn't manage the quality for the goal.
It's all gone blue at Wembley. Cardiff fans in raptures, the Barnsley fans, well, they had their day out at Wembley, but they won't be making a return visit next month. The FA Cup semi-final has gone the way of Cardiff City. They'll go through to their third final in history thanks to Joe Ledley's strike. We'll be back to wrap things up from Wembley after these words. Well, let's talk you through this semi-final. The decisive moment came as early as the 9th minute, and a moment of quality as well. Cardiff born and bred Joe Ledley putting his side in front.
Yeah, it was the real moment of quality in the game, the defining moment. Fantastic technique there from a high volley. Keeper with no chance.
Then it was very spirited Barnsley reply with Sousa going close within 4 minutes of the Cardiff goal.
Yeah, it was had an excellent game, Sousa. Just couldn't direct that one goalwards.
Back came Cardiff, and Steele almost coughing up a chance for Trevor Sinclair. Managed to recover. And midway through the first half, another opportunity for Barnsley. Brian Howard rising high, but able to put his header on target. So 1-0 it was to Cardiff at half-time. Into the second half we went. Was there a handball here? Early doors with Van Hommoet involved.
No, I don't think so here. Just trying to clear the ball. Handball has to be deliberate.
And Cardiff with a chance through Gavin Ray. His header easily claimed by Steele.
Yeah, I think in either corner this is a goal. Just too close to Luke Steele, though.
But the defining moment of the semi-final arrived in the 66th minute. Odigiai released one-on-one with Enkelman. He picked the wrong spot.
See what he's trying to do there? He's just trying to sneak it in that gap at the near post. Just can't get it on target there. Pushes it wide, and that was their opportunity to take it to extra time.
Just a few minutes later, Peter Whittingham, a whistling drive just too high.
Yeah, great strike here. Steele.
At this point in the game, Cardiff were actually engineering the better opportunities, and Gavin Ray had a chance to put the issue beyond any doubts. Blocked by Luke Steele.
Yeah, it was just his first touch here, just a little bit too far away from him. allows Steele to make the save.
Ball from Cardiff with Capaldi driving in the cross. Just beyond the range of Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. No genuine chances came in the final quarter of an hour of the game, and Cardiff held on for the 1-0 win despite being outshot over the course of the 90 minutes by Barnsley.
Yeah, they were, and Barnsley did a very, very good job actually going behind and really try and force the issue, tried to get back into the game, but couldn't just manage that little bit of quality to score a goal. Half chances really in the first half, but obviously the big chance fell to Odijayi.
Well, Odijayi, the hero in the last round, couldn't produce similar heroics, and Joe Ledley's goal was all that it took to lead Cardiff back to their first final in over 80 years. It's a final they will play in May, back here at the new Wembley Stadium, where Harry Redknapp's Portsmouth await them. What a final that should prove to be. Hope you'll join us for that. And glad you could join us for this semi-final. It was a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more information on all our football programming, ESPNsoccernet.com is the place to go. For Robbie Mustoe and all our crew, I'm Adrian Healy. Thanks so much for the pleasure of your company. We'll talk to you next time.